We all talk about strong pickups, but to 2026 arrive models that mix technology, power, and resistance like never before. And I do not talk only of the classics that everyone expects, like the F-150 or the Tacoma. To you, I'm going to show also surprises, brands that never we imagined in this terrain and that arrive with everything. No, you go, because the number 3 goes to surprise even the most skeptical. And the number 1, well, that model already is legend. Here go the 10 pickups that are going to break it in 2026. Let us start. Number 10, Kia Tasman 2026. We start with a surprise that no one saw coming, the first pickup of Kia. Yes, you heard well, Kia Tasman 2026. And the interesting is that Kia not arrived to try luck, arrived to compete in serious. The Tasman is a medium pickup built over chassis of stringers like the trucks of work of all the life. In motorization, there will be options known and reliable. An engine of gasoline 2.5 turbo with some 277 horses and a diesel 2.2 liters turbo with close to 207 horses. In capacity of work, Kia promises up to 7,700 pounds of towing. That is practically the same as a Jeep Gladiator, but with a proposal more modern. By inside is where surprises. We will have double screen of 12.3 inches, seats rear reclinable up to 30 degrees, something that no medium pickup offers today, and a space rear more wide than competitors like Colorado or Ranger. In technology, it will come with cameras, 360 degrees, modes all-terrain, control of towing, and a cabin that seems more SUV premium than truck of work. The price, although still not as official, the analysts it locate in a range of $32,000 to $50,000 in United States, depending of the version. Its launch will start in Korea, Australia, and Middle East, but already itself it has seen testing in United States, so it is very probable that it arrived to our market also. In summary, Kia enters in this segment with a truck that is not an experiment, but a declaration of war. The Tasman 2026 combines power, design, and guarantee Korean that to it can give a good scare to more than one veteran of the market. The Tasman not only surprises by its figures, but by its architecture of suspension. Kia has implemented a system of damping with technology of frequency selective that allows that the truck itself behaves like a SUV soft on pavement, but that it hardens automatically upon detecting irregularities in the terrain. This eliminates the typical jump of the axle rear when the box is empty, a problem that has pursued the pickups of chassis of stringers by decades. Additionally, the system of traction total integrates a differential of slip-limited electronic that can send up to the 100% of the torque to a single wheel, ensuring that the Tasman not itself stays trapped where other trucks medium would falter. In the cabin, the attention to the detail is almost obsessive. Kia has included ports of charge, USB-C of high speed, even in the pillar's lateral for those who work with tablets in the field, and a console central that itself transforms in a table of work flat. The system of infotainment counts with updates wireless, OTA, what means that the management of the engine and the assists of driving can improve with the time without going to the dealership. With a guarantee that probably breaks the standard of the segment, the Tasman itself positions as the option logical for the buyer that is tired of paying for the fame of brands traditional and seeks a tool of work that itself feels like a vehicle of luxury by inside. Number 9, Ram Rampage 2026. Now let us talk of a truck that is causing stir in Brazil and all South America, a pickup that, although compact already to it, is stealing market to giants more expensive. To you, I present the Ram Rampage 2026. The first that there is that to say is that this not is a pickup improvised. Ram designed the Rampage thinking in a public that wants power, design modern, and the practicality of a truck medium, but without spending what costs a full size. Under the hood, the Rampage offers several options. Is the engine 2 liters turbo gasoline with 268 horses of force and 295 pounds-foot of torque associated to a transmission automatic of 9 speeds and traction integral optional. Also is available a diesel 2 liters turbo with 170 horses and 280 pounds-foot of torque. Very appreciated for the work heavy and consumption more controlled. This means that although it be much more compact, the Rampage can tow up to 3,500 pounds and load more than 1,000 pounds in its bed. Nothing bad for a truck of its size. In design, the Rampage seems a mini Ram 150 with grille aggressive, headlights LED stylized, and an interior that surprises anyone. Screen central of 12 inches, instrumentation digital, assists advanced to the driving and finishes that not seem of a pickup compact but of a SUV premium. In terms of prices, in Brazil starts the equivalent to $42,000 and can arrive up to the $55,000 in versions more equipped. For a market like that of United States, if it were to be exported, probably would compete directly with the Ford Maverick and the Hyundai Santa Cruz, but with an image of brand much more robust. And here is the detail that it makes special for us. The Rampage is produced in Latin America, and each unit that you see rolling in Brazil or Argentina carries a piece of engineering thought for our roads, our climate, and our needs of load daily. In few words, the Ram Rampage 2026 is the proof of that the pickup's compact also can be powerful, technological, and even luxurious. The secret of the Rampage is its platform small-wide, the same that uses the Jeep Compass but reinforced with steel of high resistance in an 80% to support the torsion of the box of load. This to it grants a rigidity structural that the pickup's medium more big would envy, translating into an absence total of noises and creaks in the cabin. For 2026, the version R/T itself positions as the pickup more fast of its category, capable of accelerating from 0 to 100 in less than 7 seconds, thanks to an adjustment sporty in the transmission of 9 speeds that allows changes much more short and aggressive. The versatility of its box of load is another point strong. It counts with a coating-type bed liner projected from factory and a system of lighting LED perimetral that facilitates the work nightly. Additionally, the tailgate rear has opening remote and damped, a detail of luxury unusual in this segment. The system of sound Harman Kardon optional of 10 speakers converts the cabin in a room of concerts isolated of the noise exterior by Crystal's acoustic. If Ram decides to bring it to North America in 2026, not only will compete in price, but in an experience of driving that itself feels much more refined and sporty than that of a Maverick, attracting to a public young that seeks style and power without the dimensions cumbersome of a Ram 150. Number 8, Bide Shark 2026. Now we pass to one of the great surprises of the 2026, a pickup that comes directly from China and that promises to change the rules of the game. I talk of the BYD Shark 2026. Many already know BYD for being world leader in electric and hybrid cars, while now the brand decided to enter the world of the trucks, and it does so with a model that already is giving of what to talk. The Shark is a medium pickup built over chassis of stringers with a proposal very interesting. It will be the first of its segment in offering a hybrid system of extended range. And what means that in simple words? That you will have an engine to gasoline working as generator, feeding the electric motors and giving to you more autonomy than a conventional hybrid. In figures, the Shark combines a engine 1.5 liters turbo with 2 electric motors, achieving more than 430 horses of force and a pair of engine that exceeds the 550 pounds-foot of torque. Yes, you heard well, more torque than many traditional full-size. The total autonomy rounds the 530 miles combining tank of gasoline and battery, while in totally electric mode it can travel up to 62 miles, enough for the majority of the daily trajectories in city. In terms of work, BYD promises a capacity of load close to 1,800 pounds and a pull of up to 5,500 pounds. Perhaps it does not arrive to the level of a Silverado or a Ram 150, but remember, this pickup does not seek to replace the giants, but to offer efficiency and technology in a package more accessible. By inside, the design follows the modern line of BYD, rotating central screen of 15 inches, digital instrumentation, complete connectivity, and materials that surprise for a model of this range. The price itself expects that the BYD Shark starts around the $42,000, very competitive against rivals like the Toyota Hilux or the Ford Ranger. And the best, its arrival already is confirmed in Mexico and other countries of Latin America with plans of expansion to the United States market. The conclusion is clear. The BYD Shark 2026 is not only one truck more, is the official entry of BYD to the terrain of the pickups, and it does so with a product that combines power, autonomy, and a price that can make sweat more than one traditional brand. The true revolution of the BYD Shark lies in its platform DMO, Dual Mode Off-Road. Unlike other hybrids, the Shark uses its combustion engine almost exclusively as a stationary power plant, allowing that the electric motors deliver their maximum torque from the 0 revolutions per minute. This is a critical advantage upon climbing rocky slopes or upon exiting from a semaphore with the box full. The delivery of power is soft, silent, and absurdly blunt. Additionally, the battery uses the technology blade battery of BYD, famous for being one of the most safe of the world against impacts or perforations, a vital factor if you plan to take your truck to difficult terrains. Another characteristic that is scaring the competition is the function V2L, vehicle to load. The Shark counts with integrated plugs in the box that allow to feed heavy appliances, tools of construction, or even another electric pickup delivering up to 6 kilowatts of power. Imagine camping in the mountain and having an electric kitchen, lights and heating fed directly by your truck without necessity of a noisy generator. With an independent suspension in the four wheels, something rare in trucks of chassis of stringers, the Shark redefines the comfort of march, demonstrating that China already not only copies, but that is leading the innovation in the segment more competitive of the world. Number 7. Toyota Tacoma 2026. If we talk of pickups beloved by the Latinos in United States, the Toyota Tacoma always appears in the conversation, and with just reason. It has been years demonstrating that it is resistant, durable, and practically indestructible. The generation 2026 arrives renewed, and Toyota decided to update it in series to not leave space to its competitors. In terms of motorization, disappears the old V6 atmospheric and enters a system more modern. The 2.4 liters turbo of 4 cylinders that delivers around 278 horses of force and 317 pounds-foot of torque. A block more efficient and with immediate response thanks to the turbo. But the most expected is the hybrid version, the System iForce Max, that combines that engine 2.4 turbo with an electric motor generating up to 326 horses and 465 pounds-foot of torque. This places the Tacoma in another level with more torque than many traditional medium pickups. In capacities, it will be able to tow up to 6,500 pounds and load more than 1,600 pounds, figures that it put in the top of its segment. In design, the Tacoma 2026 itself inspires in the Tundra with robust grille, sharp headlights, and a presence more muscular. The interior receives big improvements, central screen of 14 inches, digital cluster, and even seats that itself recline almost completely in the version TRD Pro, thought for campers and adventurers. The entry price in United States will be near the $32,000, and in hybrid and equipped versions it can exceed the $48,000. A competitive range, but backed by the fame of reliability of Toyota. In summary, the Tacoma 2026 arrives with modern engine, powerful hybrid version, technological interior, and that seal of durability that it converts in the favorite of thousands of Latinos. The Tacoma 2026 has been designed under the concept of machine of adventures, and that is noted in the development of the suspension isodynamic performance seat. These seats use dampers of air and oil integrated in the backrest to stabilize the field of vision of the driver in dirt roads at high speed, reducing drastically the body fatigue. It is technology that before only itself saw in heavy machinery or competition vehicles, now available in a mass production pickup. Additionally, the System iForce Max not only seeks power, the electric motor is located between the gasoline engine and the transmission, what means that the torque is instant and eliminates any delay of the turbo. In terms of the all-terrain capacity, the Tacoma includes for first time a front stabilizer bar, electronically disconnectable, allowing that the wheels have a massive articulation to overcome large obstacles, and then return to a rigid configuration for stability on road with only pressing a button. The software Multi-Terrain Select has been refined for 2026, working now also in 4-high mode, what allows greater control in roads of gravel or snow at higher speeds. Toyota knows that its reputation is in play, and with this Tacoma it has created a vehicle that itself feels indestructible, but that technologically is at light years from the generation that it replaced. Number 6. Hyundai Santa Cruz 2026. In the number 6, we have a truck that in its debut many called SUV with box, but that now in 2026 comes recharged and ready to demonstrate that it is a real pickup, the renewed Hyundai Santa Cruz. First, the obvious. Its design changed just to see itself more muscular and less crossover. The grille now is more robust, the LED headlights are more sharp, and the rear box itself redesigned to give more utility. Already not as the cute urban truck, now it looks with more character. In engines and capacities, the Santa Cruz 2026 arrives with 2 configurations. Engine 2.5 liters atmospheric with 191 horses ideal for city and light use, and engine 2.5 liters turbo with 281 horses of force and 311 pounds-foot of torque. That itself couples to a transmission automatic of 8 speeds DCT with optional total traction. And what means that? That you can carry your trailer or tow of up to 5,000 pounds without fear, something that already to it puts to fight against larger medium pickups. By inside, Hyundai put all the technology that it offers in its SUVs. Central screen of 12.3 inches plus digital dashboard, wireless connectivity for Android Auto and CarPlay, improved materials with more soft touch and seats that now come ventilated in the high versions, and something that enchants the Latinos in United States. Spaces of storage by all sides, from compartments under the seats up to hidden drawers in the box, perfect for tools, coolers, or what you want to store. The great advantage of this truck is that it is accessible. In United States, the basic version starts in $31,000, while the turbo with total traction and full equipment rounds the $40,000. That it makes more cheap than rivals like the Honda Ridgeline or even some versions of the Ford Maverick Hybrid. In summary, the Hyundai Santa Cruz 2026 stopped being seen as a weird experiment. Now it is a serious truck for whom wants a real pickup but without spending a fortune nor carrying with a monster of full size. The Santa Cruz 2026 has found its place in the market, attacking the weak point of the traditional pickups, the maneuverability. Thanks to its monocoque chassis, the turning radius of this Hyundai is significantly smaller than that of any Tacoma or Ranger, what it makes the absolute queen of the urban centers and the tight parking lots. For 2026, the self-leveling rear suspension is standard in the turbo version, what guarantees that although you load the box to the maximum with construction materials or diving equipment, the truck maintains its height and original steering geometry, avoiding that the front part points to the sky. In the aspect of security, the system Highway Driving Assist has been updated to offer semi-autonomous lane changes, converting it in one of the most relaxing pickups to drive in long trips by road. The load box, although compact, is incredibly intelligent. The integrated trunk under the floor has a drain plug, allowing to use it as a cooler for drinks or to store wet clothes after a day of surf without dirtying the cabin. Hyundai does not try to convince you of that you buy a heavy work truck. It, to you, is selling a style of active life where the comfort of a car and the utility of a pickup itself merge without compromises, and in 2026, that proposal is more attractive than ever. If these first 6 models already to you seem surprising, prepare yourself because the number 1 is a legendary Japanese that returns with everything to recover its throne. Number 5. Ford F-150 Lightning STX 2026. It arrived the turn of the truck that carries more than 4 decades being the most sold in United States, the Ford F-150, but this time in its most recent electric version, the Lightning STX 2026. Ford knows that it cannot sleep on its laurels, so it took the best of the current Lightning and to it gave a more practical turn with this model STX. The great novelty is under the floor, an optimized electric system with batteries of new generation that promise an autonomy close to the 290 miles per charge. In power, the Lightning STX offers around 536 horses of force and a brutal torque of 775 pounds-foot, all delivered in immediate manner as only an electric can do it. The result is from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 4 seconds and a half. Yes, a big pickup that accelerates like a sport car. But Ford not itself forgot of the hard work. This version maintains a towing capacity of up to 10,000 pounds and a bed with space to spare for heavy load. Even it conserves the function of Pro Power that allows to use the truck as generator for tools or even for a house in case of emergency. In the interior, the STX cuts some luxuries of the more expensive versions but still offers central screen of 12 inches, digital instrumentation, and all the necessary comfort for a daily use. The best is that with this strategy, Ford achieves to lower a bit the price. The Lightning STX 2026 will part near the $65,500, a value more accessible than the top of range versions that exceed the $80,000. In few words, the F-150 Lightning STX 2026 is the way to enter the electric world without leaving to the side the power, autonomy, and real capacity. The real value of the F-150 Lightning STX in 2026 is its operational efficiency. Ford has redesigned the system of thermal management of the batteries, allowing that the truck maintains its autonomy even in conditions of extreme cold, an area where the electrics used to falter. The rear electric motor now uses magnets of reduced rare earths, what lowers the costs of production without sacrificing the torque. This version, STX, is designed specifically for the owner of house that does his own projects. For that reason, it includes the system onboard scales that uses the sensors of the suspension to tell you in the central screen exactly how much weight you carry in the box, avoiding dangerous overloads. Additionally, the Lightning STX is a center of connectivity. It comes as standard with the 5G modem of Ford that allows to create a point of Wi-Fi access for up to 10 devices in a radius of 15 meters. The Mega Power Front continues being the crown jewel, a front trunk of 400 liters that not only is hermetic and washable, but that counts with multiple power outlets to charge computers or tools while you drive. In 2026, Ford is demonstrating that the electrification not is only for the rich in the coasts of California, but a real and economic tool for the average worker that seeks to save thousands of dollars in gasoline each year without losing the capacity of a F-150. Number 4. Ram 1500 Rev 2026. Now let us talk of the direct rival of the F-150 Lightning, the pickup with which Ram wants to demonstrate that the electrification also can carry American muscle. To you, I present the Ram 1500 REV 2026. This truck arrives over the new platform STLA frame, thought exclusively for electrics and designed to support enormous batteries. And what such the figures? The basic version offers an autonomy close to the 350 miles, while that of extended battery could reach up to 500 miles with a single charge. Yes, half 1,000 miles, what it would place as the electric pickup with greatest range of the market. In power, it does not stay behind. The Ram REV delivers up to 654 horses of force and an impressive torque of 620 pounds-foot. That to it allows to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in barely 4 seconds, a figure that many years ago would have sounded impossible for a truck of this size. But the best is that Ram not forgot its essence. The 1500 REV conserves its capacity of work, more than 14,000 pounds of pull. The design also marks difference. In the exterior, more aerodynamic lines, continuous LED lights and grille, and an imposing presence. By inside it is a rolling luxury, screens of up to 14.5 inches, digital instrumentation of 12.3 and a curious detail, an extra screen for the co-pilot, something that already we saw in the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. In prices itself expects that the Ram 1500 REV 2026 starts around the $58,000 and exceeds the $80,000 in top versions. A range similar to that of its great rival, the F-150 Lightning, but with the promise of more autonomy. In summary, the Ram 1500 REV 2026 combines brute power, cutting-edge technology, and the work capacity that has made famous the brand. The Ram 1500 REV is a declaration of principles about what must be the electric luxury. Upon using an architecture of 800 volts, this truck can recover 110 miles of autonomy in only 10 minutes of fast charge, eliminating almost completely the range anxiety in interstate trips. The active air suspension of self-leveling not only improves the aerodynamics upon lowering the truck on road, but allows to raise it to cross water currents of up to 24 inches of depth, exceeding the capacities of many gasoline pickups. It is a vehicle that adapts chameleonically to any environment. In the interior, the luxury is overwhelming. Ram has used sustainable materials like vegan leather of high resistance and moldings of recovered wood, maintaining that sensation of premium room that it characterizes. The system of infotainment Uconnect 5 is 5 times more fast than in previous versions and allows personalized user profiles that adjust from the position of the seat up to the preferred temperature by means of facial recognition. But what really it separates from Ford and Chevy is the sound. The audio system Klipsch of 23 speakers is, according to the audiophiles, the best system ever installed in a pickup. With the REV, Ram not only is selling an electric, it is selling the future of the American luxury transport. Number 3. Chevrolet Silverado EV 2026. Completing the trio of the large American electrics arrives the Chevrolet Silverado EV 2026. The Silverado has been historically the second most sold after the F-150, and now GM bets all to its electric version built over the platform Ultium. With a battery of approximately 200 kilowatt-hour according to the version, the estimated autonomy reaches the 400 miles in equipped versions. In power, the configurations go from 510 up to 754 horses in the RST performance, with a brutal torque of 785 pounds-foot in high versions. The towing capacity arrives up to 10,000 pounds and the useful load reaches 1,300 pounds. The design maintains the distinctive closed front of the electrics, but with muscular lines that preserve the Silverado identity. The interior is futuristic with central screen of 17 inches, instrumentation of 11 inches, and head-up display. Additionally, it counts with a frunk ahead with 200 liters of capacity and a bed with gates in multiple configurations. The great innovation is the multi-flex midgate. The wall of the cabin itself folds, extending the bed up to 11 feet. The estimated price goes from $70,000 in work versions up to $100,000 in top of range. GM is betting strong to the electrification without losing the work essence of the Silverado. The Silverado EV of 2026 stands out by its structural ingenuity. Upon not having a gasoline engine, the engineers of GM were able to move the cabin toward forward, creating an interior space that exceeds that of any other pickup of its size. The system multi-flex midgate is a marvel of the engineering. Upon folding the rear wall of the cabin, you can put objects of more than 3 meters of length, maintaining the rear door closed. It is the type of functionality that to you makes to ask why no one it did before. Additionally, the four-wheel steering system reduces the turning radius of this giant to the level of a medium sedan, what facilitates enormously the towing maneuvers in confined spaces. The platform Ultium also allows that the Silverado EV offers one of the more stable charging curves of the market, maintaining high charging speeds during more time. The driver assistance system Super Cruise now includes the capacity of free hands even while itself it is towing, covering more than 400,000 miles of compatible roads in United States and Canada. With its illuminated front and an aerodynamics that seems from a sports car, the Silverado EV 2026 not only is an electric truck, it is a total re-engineering of what a pickup can arrive to be when itself they eliminate the limitations of the conventional engines. Number 2. Toyota Hilux 2026. Now let us talk of a world legend that never itself has sold officially in United States, but that is indestructible, reliable, and icon in more than 180 countries. The rumors are strong about its possible arrival in 2026 to the United States market, the Toyota Hilux. The current generation comes completely redesigned with diesel engine 2.8 turbo refined that delivers 204 horses and 369 pounds-foot of torque. Also, there is option of gasoline 2.7 of 4 cylinders in specific markets. The 4x4 traction comes with locking of rear differential and advanced all-terrain modes. The improved suspension offers comfort on road without losing off-road capacity. In capacities, it can load up to 2,200 pounds according to configuration and tow 7,700 pounds. The design is robust but modern with imposing grille, LED optics, and muscular fenders. The elevated interior includes screen of 9 inches in high versions, connectivity for smartphone, and superior finishes. The security comes with Toyota Safety Sense that includes automatic braking, adaptive cruise control, and lane change alert. The estimated price in United States would be between $35,000 and $50,000 depending on the version, competing directly with Tacoma, Ranger, Colorado, and Frontier. If it arrives to United States, it will change the perception of the medium pickups by its legendary reputation of indestructibility. The possible landing of the Hilux in United States for 2026 has the competition in state of maximum alert. The key of this global version is the new mild hybrid system of 48 volts coupled to the diesel engine that softens the vibrations and improves the efficiency in a 10% without adding the complexity of a plug-in hybrid. The Hilux is famous by its reinforced chassis with additional welds and a marine-grade anti-corrosive treatment, what guarantees that the truck not only functions mechanically by decades, but that its structure resists the crudest winters with salt on the roads. In the dynamic aspect, Toyota has introduced a new control system of trailer sway that uses the brakes in individual form to stabilize the load in crosswinds. Although its interior is more austere than that of a Ram or a Silverado, the quality of the plastics and assemblies is designed to last 30 years under the intense sun. It is a truck that does not try to impress you with giant screens, but with the security of that if you turn the key in middle of the nothing at 20 degrees below zero, the engine will start. If Toyota achieves to homologate this diesel engine or introduce a hydrogen version in 2026, the Hilux itself will convert instantly in the gold standard for those who choose the durability over the ephemeral luxury. Number 1. Mitsubishi Triton L200 2026. And we arrive to the post number 1, the most expected of all. Prepare yourself because returns a legendary Japanese that since decades is symbol of force, resistance, and trust, the Mitsubishi Triton, known in Latin America as L200. The L200 was born in the year 70 and quickly itself it converted in the favorite in all the world, from Asia to Latin America and Africa. Its reputation was clear, simple, hard, and reliable. So much that in many countries was the truck official of governments, construction companies, and even armies. In United States disappeared years ago, but in 2026, Mitsubishi decides to return with everything and to give it fight to the big ones of the market. The Triton 2026 comes completely renewed with engine diesel 2.4 liters biturbo 4N16 that delivers 201 horses of force and 470 Newton-meter of torque. The Traction 4x4 Super Select 2 is a system proven in rallies and all-terrain that can be used both in asphalt as in dirt without fear to breaking nothing. The new chassis reinforced offers 60% more of rigidity to the flexion and 40% more to the torsion. This means less vibrations and more stability even with load heavy or roads horrible. Visually, it left behind the lines curved and now bets for a look more square, aggressive, and robust with front intimidating headlights, LED sharp, and wheel arches muscular. It looks ready to work but also to show off in city. The interior shows evolution notable with cabin more wide thanks to greater distance between axles, screen central modern, dashboard digital, and connectivity complete. The security includes control of stability, brake autonomous of emergency, and assistance of driving. The materials improved with less plastics hard, more finishes premium, and seats comfortable for trips long. Although still not there is price official for United States, in markets like Australia and Thailand, the version full 4x4 itself expects around $50,000 competing directly against Tacoma, Ranger, and Frontier. The Mitsubishi Triton L200 not is only a launch more, is the return of a legend that promises to combine what always it made strong, simplicity, and resistance with the technology and comfort modern that today demands the market. A pickup that not only wants to sell, wants to recover its place as icon world, and there to you have. These are the 10 pickups that come with everything in 2026 and that promise to change the game. From legends that return, renewed up to models completely new that seek to earn themselves a place in your garage. Now I want to know your opinion. Which of these trucks to you surprised more? With which to you would stay if you had to choose a single one?